He's my ex. I don't need him, and I still skate. Hi, my name is Addison Paige. I am a dancer, skateboarder, bassist, and I live in Los Angeles. And yeah, thank you for having me. I would say 2 years. I cruised for like 6 years before that, which is also a really awesome way to learn how to skate. But I had a cruiser board and I was rolling around my college campus. I was rolling around LA before I had a car, and just getting comfortable, like going over cracks and curving and stuff like that.
Whoa!
I started skating because my ex was a skateboarder. Like, thank you to him for teaching me how to skateboard because it was one of the biggest gifts that he could have ever given me. Now he's my ex. I don't need him, and I still skate. And then 2 years ago, I wanted to learn how to ollie because I said that I couldn't call myself a skateboarder if I couldn't ollie, which I still think is kind of true. But when I tried to learn how to ollie, I just fell in love with the process of it all, of the frustration and the sweat and the sun and the vitamin D and the friends and the community and all that stuff. My local skate park is called Valley Skate Park, and that is in Burbank, California.
Oh my.
Then my second favorite skate park is probably Sheldon Skate Park. There's just a really awesome community of people there that have really let our small little suburban community come into their like skateboarding, like skate or die community. They've just opened their arms up to us, which is really cool. But because I really like vert, like I'm not great at it, but I love dropping in. I love like rolling around a bowl. I really like this park in, I guess, Malibu, Calabasas area. It's called Westlake Skate Park. I would say that that's probably my favorite skate park overall. But the places that are close to home that are my local, just, you know, you have a lot of love for your local. I do also love Venice. Just because it's legendary. Like the fact that I live in Los Angeles and am even like able to skate Venice Skate Park is pretty cool to me. So one person in particular, of course, as Black female skateboarders, we all know who BK is. But Brianna King was a really big inspiration for me because I do commercial acting. I model sometimes. I'm a dancer. I'm a Black female, and I'm a skateboarder. But the fact that she's been able to use skateboarding and be able to bring it to like giant, like commercial, like song ads on a skateboard. Are you kidding me? That's insane. That's crazy. But also the reason I really love BK is because she did a skate meetup. She does skate meetups, right? So she does them in Brooklyn. She does them in LA. She had an LA skate meetup March 1st, 2020. But she had this meetup 2 weeks before quarantine started. And I met two of my closest friends there. She has all these female skaters out. Yessie was there. Brooke Horry was there. Like, there's a bunch of cool, like, LA female skaters there. And they're, like, teaching girls how to drop in and, you know, teaching people how to ollie and all that fun stuff. So, like, I would have never met them if it wasn't for a Black female skater trying to get queers and females and people of color on skateboards. The fact that BK can bring that many people together the fact that she can make money skateboarding. Also, I think she broke her foot. So like everyone say a prayer for BK's foot. Boys are like, okay, she's ripping. The people like BK, and I said Yessie before. She's a Latina woman in LA. That's a great skater. But the people like Yessie and BK who were skating before it was cool for girls to skate and really paved the way, like broke the glass ceiling and made it so like we can fall and like the guys will be like, oh my God, are you okay? And like we can be close to a trick and the guys will know like we're capable of landing those tricks because they've seen people like BK or Yessie or all the other girls that are out here skating. But yeah, of course, Brianna King. She's probably my biggest inspiration. I mean, I think to some degree, once you get bitten by the skate bug, and like, this is why you can look at a skater and be like, oh, hey, what's up? Like, I know we have the same mentality when it comes to this. Once you get bitten by the skate bug, like I said, I fell in love with skateboarding, trying to learn how to ollie. Like I wasn't even doing anything cool, you know? But once you fall in love with okay, I'm going and I'm going to keep going and I'm going to fall and I'm going to get back up and then I'm going to get it. And like, I'm trying this because it's hard. I'm trying this because it's a difficult task to accomplish. Like if you have that bug, that bite, that like need to skate, that need to be outside, that need to release endorphins, then you just get it. But separate to the addiction of skating, like they say skate every damn day for a reason. Like we love it. You know, like a week without skating, you're like, what did I even do this past week? Why am I depressed? And it's like all you did is not step on a board. But the community, there's so many amazing things with skateboarding, and the people that I've been around that are just like, hey, want to skate? Or like just send the skateboard emoji in like a group chat. And there's just, you know, we need a release. It's also self-competition too, as opposed to competition with others. I'm a pretty competitive person. So it's like, if I ollied here before, I want to ollie here next. Or like, if I 180'd off this little tiny gap, then like I want to 180 off a 2-stair next. Like how crazy will that be? Skating's taught me so many amazing things. Like when I look at a task that's difficult now, instead of being like, oh man, it's going to be really hard, I'm not going to try it, I'm like, oh, it's going to be really hard, bet, like I'm gonna get it. Like, and skating really gave me that push of the hard things are worth it. The favorite trick I can do is a 180, because it feels good. Front side 180. A front side 180. I'm goofy, so I'm like doing the math in my head. The favorite trick that I can't do yet that I'm working on. And when I tell you, I am so close to my heel flip. I am so close to my heel flip. When I can do a flip trick, I will be like, y'all, I made it.
Oh my God.
Like, we can flip trick now. It's okay, I'm a skater. Like, don't worry about it. I mean, I would say that probably just ollieing is the hardest thing, like figuring out how to go from just cruising to popping your board, because once you can pop, then hopefully you can do other things. Dropping into a big bowl feels crazy. Riding around a big bowl is one of my favorite things. Make sure your foot's in the pocket. Like, skateboard's right here. Wow. Pocket. Like not too far forward and not too far back. And for everyone, like it feels different because we all have different size feet and we all have different bodies. But then like, I was just looking at old videos of me ollieing. At first, I wasn't tweaking this ankle at all. And like that motion is just the other thing. So like find the pocket, tweak this ankle. It sounds so simple. It's just not. It's just not that simple. You just do it 150, 200, 300, 500 times. Just jump. Try it. A lot of other things. I came to LA as a dancer. So when I am doing what I like to do, I'm booking jobs with like commercials or TV shows or stuff like that. Background work or just talent work is dancing, music videos. Learning skating is kind of like learning how to do gymnastics, or kind of like learning how to dance, just in the sense of knowing like center of gravity and balance. And like my favorite comparison between dancing and skating is they are both athletic and they're both very artistic, in the sense that like someone could do a grand jeté and someone could do a kickflip, and both grand jetés or kickflips are going to be whatever artistic expression is necessary. But you also have to be an athlete enough to do the grand jeté or to do the kickflip. So it's just, I love the interconnectedness of the two. My biggest goal is to go on world tour. So to my second thing that I love to do is I play the bass. It's really interesting because you'll find that so many skateboarders are musicians, so many skateboarders are artists, like so many skateboarders are overall just creative. You'll go to the skate park and be like, oh yeah, I'm a bassist. And someone's like, oh yeah, I'm a drummer. Oh yeah, I'm a singer. Oh yeah, I'm a guitarist. And you're like, okay, cool. Let's all jam, I guess. While all this freelance stuff is panning out, I have to make my money somehow, or majority of my money somehow. So I just manage a chiropractic clinic. The first thing I could say is skateboarding can sometimes be like a very like gate kept community, which makes sense because it's a really hard thing to do and you have to be really determined and committed to skating to get to a point where you are a skater. But at the same time, every single person who has ever been a great skateboarder started at a beginner as well. So if you want to skate, then just skate. If you don't want to go to a park yet, don't go to a park yet. Just skate. Like if you need to skate, just skate, is probably the best thing I could say, because in anything that you do, someone's going to say, oh, you're not good enough, or you're not masculine enough, or you're not experienced enough, or whatever. But we all start somewhere. And of course, I'm so jealous of the people who started skating when they were kids, because when you don't have the mindset of like, oh shit, like I might break my arm, and if I have to go to the hospital, then I got to pay this bill. And if I have to pay this bill, then I can't really work. And, you know, like that whole situation. So I'm jealous of people who started skating as kids, but there's nothing wrong with starting skating as an adult. I started cruising when I was like 19, and I started skating when I'm 25. So I started skating for real when I was 23. And there's actually a lot of skaters out there like that. I don't know if you know, there's this girl, Not Cheetos, who she skates El Sereno a lot. But I think she's like upwards of 28, 30. And she started skating when she was like mid 20s, younger 20s. Just time. Like you just have to put your time on your board. You have to just do it. There's no other way to do it. Find a person to skate with, just one person to push you and like keep you going. That way you have someone to like continue pushing you. And also you don't have to be so self-conscious, because like who cares about what everyone else is thinking, as long as you and your homie are getting better and better.